Check. We ready? All right, and we are live. Coming to you live from Santa Fe Station with the LVYBT Tour. To my right, my guest host today is Mr. Johnson here.
How you doing, family? How you doing?
So, Jerry, as we kind of watched earlier today, we were sitting here watching this going on. And by the way, everybody, I am filling in for Phil Placco today as he's off golfing. Of course, I'm going to throw him under the bus. He's off golfing out in California, so that's okay. I'm taking his spot, and besides, I'm better looking. Anyway, we happen to notice that spares were
oh my goodness,
incredibly difficult today. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it was. Well, anytime you see the cut score being in the minus, you know there's not a lot of strikes happening, and spare shooting is key.
Right.
And we saw it being extremely challenging to make spares. Extremely.
Yeah. So, what we got here in our semifinal match, we happen to have. Where'd my name go? I lost his name.
We got R.J. McNutt.
R.J. McNutt.
We got
versus Jonathan Salinas.
Yes, sir.
That's in the JV section. And in varsity, we got Hayden Fernandez, let me get that right.
Yes.
Along with Christopher Lellos, who's been sitting in the wings, struggling a little bit. It was quite tough watching these guys, everybody bowl. The boys and the ladies, the girls, they were having trouble. It was tough.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they seemed to have figured it out at the end here. I mean, it was 5 games that they went through, and they were moving pair to pair. And obviously, moving pair to pair on a short pattern, a lot of urethane being thrown down the lane. So it really tests their skill level here.
It did. And today they were bowling on boardwalk, 35 feet. And I got to tell you honestly, I saw some kids hitting it with a lot of surface on the first thing here. And I was really shocked. Hey, Christopher does not have a head pin up there. He needs to stop.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
It was easier to get 9 with without a head pin. Harder to strike.
But literally, this was not an easy pattern to play, that's for sure. All the kids have come up, and we've got a little bit of bio. Oh, that's where it's at. We got a problem with the pin stuck in the rack.
That's what it is. Yeah, so let's give you a little bit of information about some of the kids that are bowling right now. I was talking to RJ, who happened to be a Cowboys fan.
Okay, I'm not going there.
Yeah, just
I'm staying out of it. Of course, you do know who won the championship this year?
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah,
My boys, LA Rams.
The Rams.
You got it.
The Rams. So he's a Cowboy fan, and he said the pattern, RJ said it played easier than he thought. And imagine that. And he wants to give a shout out to his family. He goes to Arborview, and he likes ATV. So I just want to let everybody know it's RJ. And then we've also got up here, who's our other guy that RJ's bowling?
He's bowling against Jonathan Salinas.
Jonathan is a 49ers fan, and he 165. He said it was a very difficult pattern, and most people didn't know Jonathan. When you see him up there, he's light on his feet. He says he's a good rollerblader.
Yeah, watching him throw the ball, he's definitely softer speed than most.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely down and in. So it kind of played to him, but at the same time, he also struggled with it because of the fact these guys, everybody was rushing through their spares.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. If you notice, and this is a good tip for some of you guys that are out there, take your time, especially on patterns.
Yeah, it's not like a house shot. When you're bowling on a house shot, you know your regular moves. You know everything. Okay, I left the 4-pin. Stand here and hook it there. You're good to go. On a pattern, different story.
Yes, absolutely. And a short pattern here, if you notice, Vince, they were throwing the ball. I mean, it wasn't close. Some of these spares.
Yeah, some of them were wide.
They were
left.
wide. So you can tell the bowlers were expecting something totally different than what the lane was dictating.
Yeah, and again, we came down to it. We pulled some of the young bowlers aside, and we told them, slow down. Take your time. Think about it.
Yes.
And, 5 games, bowling across their pairs because they were skipping a pair each time. It tired them out. It did.
Yeah. And not only physically, but that mental fatigue. When
Right,
you're up there
right.
and you're bowling on the pattern, and for the most part today, they were throwing 2 shots. It wasn't a lot of strikes out there, so
Yeah, I don't
mentally
think we
grinding.
had one bowler in the plus. I think everybody was negative. I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody was under. There wasn't a single plus bowler.
that's right. Minus 34 was high for the varsity division.
Right.
was-
Oh, nice shot.
Very nice. After a wait too. That's how you do it.
And Christopher Lellos just recently signed his letter of intent to go to what college again? What college you going to? GCU.
GCU. Nice shot there by
Yeah.
RJ,
So,
the Cowboy
I mean,
fan.
just watching this up and down was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, hopefully now that they've had not only 5 games on this, but even league, it's a little burned up now. They seem to kind of dial it in. We saw in the previous match the scores going up. So hopefully
Right.
they figured it out right now.
And, you know, it's a funny thing. Phil talked to me before he was going off to golf. He says, spares, Vince. Spares is going to be the key.
Yeah,
And
nice
sure
shot.
enough,
Right?
it was beyond spares was the key. They just couldn't hit it.
And speaking of which, this is not an easy spare on 56 right now.
No, it's not. This is one of the more difficult ones because you kind of get tricked into it.
Yeah, let's see. Slow
And he
rolled
got
it. That
tricked
ball
into
could
it.
hook.
Yeah, he got tricked
Yep.
into it.
Yep, we just talked about that.
And that's what was happening the entire time we were watching everybody. They were kind of trapping themselves.
Yes.
They would see what they were on lane, let's say lane 51, and it was hooking like crazy. They moved to 55, and they couldn't hit it.
Exactly.
They stayed with what they were doing on 51. That didn't work.
And me bowling, you know, when I'm going pair to pair, I typically will switch and try to throw. If I had a good look on the previous
That was a
pair,
nice shot.
I try to start on the new pair in that same zone. But don't be afraid to change quickly.
Right.
If it's not there, you gotta make a change.
Yeah, you cannot out-bowl bad reaction.
No.
Just can't.
No.
There's Jonathan going up the boards a little bit.
Nice shot there.
Nice shot.
By the way, Jonathan wanted to give a shout out to Sue and Ed, my good friends too. Sue, Ed, your grandson said, say that 3 times fast. He says
can't say it
hello.
once.
He says hello. And I say hello to you too.
RJ, now,
RJ.
an interesting fact with RJ, he's been working
Nice.
really hard on his game. His coach, Dave Allen, really working hard with him, and he's gotten vastly improved. And he's got this new stash growing in, so he's doing pretty good.
So I was talking to RJ earlier, and he said he had a mullet earlier. They were trying to figure out some pictures for me. Uh-oh.
Exit, stage right.
Yeah. So RJ, one of the few that said this pattern played a little easy for him. So you see how straight he was playing.
Yeah, and for a two-hander, he is surprisingly able to play a little straighter than most.
Nice, yes.
And he doesn't have a high ball
Rip.
rate, ball
Yep.
speed.
Yep.
He's pretty moderate, and he seems to do pretty well with it.
Well, let's see if he can bounce back, Mr.
Yeah,
Fernandez
and usually,
now.
as you know, bowling plenty of tournaments and league, you miss first ball in the gutter, you pull the second one.
Let's see here. He looks good
Yeah,
off
he
of that
pulled
one.
just a little bit.
Yep. You called it.
Yep. You throw the first shot in the gutter, second ball, you're going to pull.
Well, still early. Everybody's still got a shot.
Yeah, looking on right now, we have RJ's got 8-count spare double, and you got Christopher working on a strike.
Slow
Nice
load.
soft
That's gonna
speed.
pick up.
Oh, it just
Yeah.
floated right. Just never came up.
Oh, Oh, he got that inside. Oh, and he spills it. You need those kind of breaks when you're
Talk
trying
about
to advance.
luck of the Irish right there, right?
All right, this is it. You want to get the pin count. You can go for it a little bit, but at least grab the pin and move on.
So, Jerry, let's talk about what your thought process would be. You're missing like they are. What's your move? What do you do?
Yeah, so one of the key things for me is ball reaction. I want to see the movement of the ball. So it tells me what area I need to be in. Or maybe even if I need to go to another piece. But I'm looking at the ball motion. That's huge for me.
Right.
And then the other part is who I'm bowling with. These guys were bowling, as we said earlier, a lot of urethane going down the lane. So
yeah, and I think that created a ton of push.
Right, exactly.
And which gave them an over-under.
Very nice shot there, Mr. Fernandez. But yeah, my mindset is to try to keep the scoring pace. If we're typically, as I'm looking at this game, if it's somewhere close, I'm not making real big moves. But if I'm getting handed, if my man's running away with it, then I've got to do something quickly because this is a sprint, not a marathon right now.
Right, right. So being that you're more up the back, whereas myself, I can get around it a little more, would my move be more left and soften up the speed to get to the friction, or is that a bad move in your opinion?
No, I think that's great. I see on this particular pair, I see friction on the outside right now. Your hand, your ball speed is going to be critical right now.
Right.
We're watching RJ here, who doesn't have the rev rate as some of these guys here. So look at RJ as contrast to Fernandez. Totally different spot, and he's still able to get the ball to cooperate through the pin. So each bowler is going to be different. Your goal is to get those pins to cooperate, get in at the angle, and for him, he's able to stay in his A game.
Okay.
So it just depends on the bowler. I think the big part is to not wait.
Oh, that was speed control right there.
Yep.
It got a little soft.
Not wait for the lane to come to you. You don't have that time. You have to be aggressive.
Right, and what people don't pay attention to is, like we talked about earlier during qualifying, your bowling ball is talking to you each and every time you throw it.
Yes.
So pay attention.
Here's a key, guys. Don't turn your back on a shot.
Yeah.
Every shot means something.
That's right.
And that was a big mistake there. I would have grabbed the 2 pins and then went ahead, especially in the total pin match.
Right.
Now watch how much rev rate Mr. Fernandez has here. And he's inside, but he got that around, but he's got enough.
Got the lucky carry. Yeah, he's got that wonderful push palm pull fingers.
Yeah.
That yo-yo release.
Yes. And then look at RJ here as he's coming up on lane 55. Stays right up the back of the ball, nothing fancy. Let the ball do the work. Let the weight block control that ball.
Let the weight block do it.
Another nice. That lane's a little tighter. If I'm
lane
Jonathan,
seems
I'm
tighter.
moving right and moving my eyes left.
Oh.
He got to the friction, though.
Oh,
he got to
goodness.
the friction. I knew that ball was coming back.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow, good shot.
Hey, let's talk about our sponsors real quick. Coolwick.com. Use code LVYB10 for 10% off at checkout.
Yes.
And also Storm Bowling. Storm Products being another huge sponsor for us.
By the way, that's all I throw is Storm. Storm equipment for Jerry. Love their product. It matches up with my game. That's not going to hold from that area, but he
No,
got
yeah,
away
that
with it.
thing's. You get that in a little bit and got the softer speed, it's going to take off left, just
Yes.
like it did.
So
And
if
then
I'm
here we
reading
go,
this
Hayden
right,
Fernandez working on a double.
he can go up by a pin if it, got it right, but that lane doesn't.
There-
Oh, my
there's,
goodness.
there's that reaction.
1 pin lead there now.
So let's see if Jonathan here reads what his ball did the last 2 times. It floated, never came up.
Well, RJ's not making it easy on him.
I got a little outside early.
But that
There we go.
lane hooks a little more.
Yeah.
He's having problems on that right lane more so. And
Now
here's
RJ working on a 5-bagger here.
just really.
Ooh, out to the gray board there.
He
Watch
has
out
found
now.
it. He has found it. He's going to be tough to beat. Did I mention he's a Cowboy fan?
Yeah,
I
you
just wanted
did.
to throw that out there. So I'm
So
paying
far-
attention to this lane 56, Vince. I'm not sure. What are you seeing something on 56?
Yeah,
Just a
I
little
see
tighter?
56 has a hang spot that right there.
Yeah. See that?
See the hang spot? It holds for a second and then takes off because you hit the friction and it's gone.
Yeah.
But RG's hitting in the right spot. He's getting way wide.
And
See
that's
that
gonna
hooked
hook.
up?
Yeah, I almost tripped it again. Awesome, awesome.
Yeah, you know, these kids, the junior gold bowled on this pattern for league.
Mm-hmm.
Then they bowled in this tournament. Now you got the burn. And it definitely played into their head.
Yeah. Nice cover there. Spare
That's a spare.
shooting. And this is now
Yeah,
we're
hey,
seeing
now,
it
see,
in the
this is nothing like what we saw in qualifying.
and that's what I was saying. I think they figured it out. They
Yeah.
gotta make spares to move on.
Yeah, because in qualifying, I mean, we had scores that were just so below. We had minus 133, 127 minus 37, minus 34 for the top 4
Nice.
of varsity. On the JV, 225 minus, 162 minus,
Wow.
158 minus, and 120 minus.
Wow.
So not a single bowler was in the plus.
Not one.
Here we go. Let's see if his nerves can hold up because he's working 290 pace right now.
That was inside, but that's got the hold.
Oh, my
got the
goodness. Look at that.
He's got about 4 or 5 boards.
Yeah.
He can go right, left with that urethane.
Yeah, and he's holding up pretty good. And, of course, his dad and mom over here and sister are probably going nervous wreck right now.
Did I mention that Chris is a Raiders and a Dub Bears fan?
The Dub Bears. Yeah. Here's a funny story with Christopher. One day he told me, he says, Vince, I'm going to be at the shop first thing in the morning. I said, okay, bring donuts. He says, what donuts? I said,
Nice.
you tell me. He goes, I'll bring Dunkin' Donuts. Being from the Midwest, he didn't know Dunkin' Donuts was actually here.
Oh.
So my gift to that, I'm gonna actually buy these for him. I'm gonna buy him shoe covers with donuts
With
on
Dunkin'.
them.
I love it. Love it.
And I'm gonna make him wear them while he goes to go college, go bowl. That's every time he looks down. Thank you, Vince. Thank you.
He said this pattern played unpredictable, which I think is
Yeah.
the word of the day. Unpredictable.
Uh-oh.
And he said he was playing 10-5 earlier.
Oh, gee,
That's
I
gonna
wish we
hook
could
from
show
there.
cameras around. There's like everybody around here.
Hey, a lot of
back
hands
to
went up
back.
for some reason.
Here we go, double
5
hands.
pins.
Double hands.
Double hands up, you guys.
Everybody double hands.
2
Spectators all
5
around, double
pins.
hands.
Who wants to go first? Who
So, of
wants
course,
to
you
go
know what that
first?
means, right? They miss. They owe us milkshake.
Sports drink.
I'll take
drink.
I'll take a vanilla malt.
I'll take a root beer float.
Uh-oh.
He's got it.
Uh-oh.
He's got it. No pressure.
Pressure's
no
on.
No pressure. Oh, he hooked.
Oh,
okay.
look at that. Man, these guys are doing pretty good. So, yeah, earlier today, like I said, spares. These guys couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat, and now here they are, spares. I mean, we have 1, 2 opens, 3.
Like 223, I believe. 234.
So just so you know, RJ's new high game right now, his previous high game was 234.
Wow.
He's got 229 before throwing the ball.
Fantastic. So we got one tight match.
Yes.
Down here, Hayden Fernandez and Christopher Lellos.
So what happens
Strike
on a
here
tie?
ties it.
Oh, that's going. Oh.
Oh.
9 and a wiggle. He's crossing over on that left lane.
Yeah, it's starting to burn right there.
Yep.
And it's burning pretty hard, too, that's for sure. And here we go, Jonathan. Nope, softer speed. Get in there. Oh, no carry.
Well, Jonathan just ran into a buzzsaw.
Yeah.
RJ put up 7 in a row or something.
Very nice.
The cover still gives him a chance. Very
wow,
nice
these
cover.
guys are now putting on a spare clinic because they couldn't do it earlier.
Yeah.
But that's okay. This is a learning process for them.
Absolutely.
They're really getting it.
I only see 1, 2, 3 opens total. He's going to be tough to beat if he keeps that look next game.
And see, we were watching RJ in qualifying. His last game, last frame, what do? 5 count out.
That's right. That's right.
And he threw his hands up in disgust. It was just lost.
Well, like you said, they're figuring things out. This is a learning process.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the families out here supporting them. And they're literally graduating with experience right in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, and then that happens. He had a new high.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Obviously, what happened? Mental mistake.
We saw that a lot earlier with in the 10th frame. We saw a lot of, marks and
all
doubles and open in the 10th.
We've been sitting here on this pair for quite a while, watching everybody bowl, qualifying-wise. And
very
10
nice.
frames hurt everyone that finished.
Yes. So
All
RJ
right, so
shoots
score of that
258.
JV match, RJ McNutt 258 to Jonathan Salinas 164. RJ moves on. He'll be taking on Tyson Lopes.
Very nice. Still got a match here on the.
Yeah, this is a close one. Little push.
Brooklyn again, everybody. That was probably the game set match with that shot.
Yeah. That was pretty close.
10 more to tie, right?
That went from a 220 game.
Yeah, Christopher right now 173 in the 8th with Wood.
Fernandez is letting them finish it out. That's a better shot. Much
There
better
you go.
shot.
Much better shot.
Very shot.
Hey, like the hand in the pocket. That's how you know you're cool. I threw a good shot.
Well, he can go 233. If he strikes here.
Yeah, Christopher can max out 233.
He's going to move on. He's going to move on. Good run by Hayden.
Yeah, we watched Hayden the last 2 games in qualifying. He definitely brought it.
Yes.
So, in our varsity, Christopher Lellos is going to move on against Tyler Castronova. We used to call him Little T. Little T's like 6 foot something now. All these kids, Jerry, I got to tell you, these kids when we first started were tiny guys, and now they're all stretched out.
Right. Some talent here. Very talented.
Yeah, that was some good matches. Very good. So, again, talk about our sponsors, Coolwick. Coolwick.com for all your jerseys. Use code LVYB10. BT10. Let me say that again. LVYBT10.
There you go.
And Storm, our sponsorship there. Storm Products, thank you very much for all you do for us.
Keep a Storm ball in your bag.
So, Jerry, while these guys are warming up for their next match, let's talk about what our thought process would have been on this. We saw the right lane starting to check up. What would you have done?
Yeah, so a couple of options. I could have moved in, played the oil line. I could have chased it in and just kind of played the hold. And then, or I could have moved even right and played with my hand position too. I could have played it a little bit straighter and closed down the angles. So it just depends on what I feel comfortable. My game is more straight, so I'm always going to try to lean to stand in the same area and playing with my hand positions to get the ball to do what I want it to do. But sometimes you have to move out of your comfort zone and play the shot that the lane is dictating.
Right, and this is something that word you use, a comfort zone. That's a phrase I tell all my students when I'm coaching them. There is no comfort zone. Your comfort zone is your setup.
Exactly. And for Mr. Johnson, who's been bowling at this for a little bit, I bowled on multiple PBA patterns. I bowled on sports shots. I bowled on the sports league. It is the main thing now tends to be surface, and your equipment, right? That's what dictates how you play the lane. Of course, topography and who you're bowling with, all those things matter. But for me, I'm trying to get the ball to do this continuous ball motion, and playing with surfaces and doing those things helps a lot.
So I just found out some fun fact news here that Tyler and Chris were bowling teammates for Centennial High School this year. So this is a little bit of a bragging rights. A little bit of bragging rights. So you mentioned surface. Now, would you put surface on your equipment right away before bowling this, or would you have thrown a shot or two to get a read and then adjusted? What would you have done?
First of all, let me explain. I don't understand why you would surface a ball before throwing a ball.
Right.
You know, so for me, I always want to see what the ball's going to do before I change surfaces. Unless I absolutely 100% knew, which there's no absolute with topography, I'm going to surface it after I throw a couple of shots.
Right. Okay, looks like our live stream is about to start up right now. Championship match is ready.
Yes.
Yep, they've both had their warm-up shots, and here we go. All right, we are back in live. Santa Fe Station LVYBT tournament. In the junior varsity department, we have RJ McNutt, who just bowled one fabulous game, his highest game ever. What did he shoot again? What was that,
He shot 258.
258. And Tyson Lopes is our leader. And here we go. We talked about spares,
Yes.
and blows the first spare.
Right.
In our varsity match, we have Christopher Lellos taking on Tyler Castronova. High school teammates.
Yeah.
Centennial High School.
High School.
Grudge match, bragging rights.
Uh-oh. No one took advantage of that
Yeah.
first frame. So Tyson, just some fun facts. He says he's been bowling for 9 years. He's averaging 190. He said he's not so good on short patterns, but it was a little bit easier than he thought. And he wants to give a shout out to his mom, Monica. He does have a 300 game at Samstown.
Oh, nice.
And he said he plays the gutter. Let's see where he plays here. That's the gutter. And that's 10 in the pit.
Tyler, now, here's something about Tyler. Again, when I was talking about short guys, Tyler was pretty short and sprouted like a weed
Wow.
and really didn't have much of a ball speed until Phil kept working with him. We used to joke with him all the time. You're going to leave that every time you have no speed. And sure enough, he has figured it out.
Uh-oh, we're seeing spare shooting
Here we
creep
go.
up again. And then let me just give you a quick on Tyson, who's a Raider fan. He's only been bowling 8 months, 160 average. He said this pattern played really tough for him. He was playing 27 to 15, and he wants to thank all of his supporters. And then ironically, here's a fun fact. Tyson, my daughter is the high school bowling coach at
Oh,
Shadow
that's cool.
Ridge. And Tyson bowled with my daughter. When I was talking to him, he said, I think you're my coach's dad.
Oh, very cool.
And it is. So good luck to you out there, Tyson.
Now, Tyson was another young man that started out thumbing the ball and just couldn't really get it. And he decided to switch to two hands. So we switched him over and working with a lot of the coaches here, Dave Allen, Phil Placco, myself, just talking to his little bits of advice.
Mm-hmm.
He has gotten a lot better, and he's doing very well.
You know, my daughter was talking about him now that when he reintroduced himself to me, and it's kind of the same type of compliments. She said, just the nicest kid, really mild-mannered, just humble, and trying to learn the game. So
Yeah, very much so, very much.
all these kids, just talking to them just before we came on air here, just nice kids and humble. I was asking them about their fun facts, and it seemed like they didn't even want to share their fun facts. They're just humble, like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
like
funny when
this.
you get them on the spot, they don't know. Okay, so
Nice.
Tyler's throwing a UC3.
Yes. Double right out the gate, putting the pressure on.
It looks like Christopher's been rolling a hustle camo. I believe RJ's throwing a pitch black. And Tyson Lopes, I think, is throwing a purple hammer.
Nice cover. Good shot there, Chris.
Now, earlier we did notice that there was so much urethane going down that it created a bunch of push.
Yes.
And didn't seem nobody could really figure out because it was causing an over-under for him quite a bit. Some of them figured it out.
Well, looking at it, too, Vince, it looks like most of these guys, at least on this particular pair, are starting to migrate.
Left.
See, moving left, yes, for sure. And I think they're kind of misreading what the lane's doing.
Exactly.
It's fooling them a little bit, and that's when you're not playing up the lanes, you're playing the lanes kind of right to left. So they're moving in, but they're still trying to keep that ball in the oil, and the bowling ball is saying, nope, I'm going left.
Yeah, and here we go. So this is going to be a game of nerves because you can see the nerves have kicked in.
Yeah.
Really, really bad.
The only one that looks comfortable,
Tyler.
Tyson, and he's still playing right. I think these guys got
Tyler's throwing UC3 upright, and he's got forward going with a little bit of side, so he's got the right rotation going.
Yes. So just for you guys to know, we want to thank Kathy, our manager here at Santa Fe Lanes. The JV spot is paying $300 for first place, $200 for second, $100 for third, $80 for fourth place, and $50 for fifth place. And Kathy has kicked in the first two spots for not only the JV, but also the varsity. And the varsity is paying, I think those same, let me see, where's my notes for varsity.
And don't forget, our next tournament will be Good Friday, April 15th and 16th. Check-in time is 10 a.m. Game time starts 11 a.m. This is going to be at Sunset Station in Henderson, Nevada. Todd Adams, Pro Shop Manager down there for Bowlers Mart.
Yes, indeed.
I am the Pro Shop Manager here at Bowlers Mart Santa Fe Station. I've worked with a lot of these kids. These guys are really, really fun. I do get to joke and pick on them, and I tell them, I said, because I do this for you, that's my privilege.
I can tell they respect you over here.
Yeah, these are all great kids. They're all great. Also, don't forget our fundraiser coming up for May 22nd. We're looking for lane sponsors of $250 each. Please go to LVYBT fundraising at gmail.com. I believe I got that right.
Yep.
Also, we want to thank our sponsors, coolwig.com, Jim Nemeth. Thank you very much. Use code LVYBT10 for 10% off at checkout. And also, let's not forget about Storm Bowling Products. They're also a big sponsor for us. They do a lot for us, which is really great. We have an excellent junior bowling program here. We take up the entire house Saturday mornings, just all the way down.
See, RJ went back right.
Yeah, he did.
He migrated
right, got
to the
speed
left
right
too soon. But he went back right and got a strike there. So he's still in this match, even with those opens. The varsity payout, just so you know, varsity is $300 for first place, $200 for second, $100 for third, $65 for fourth, and $50 for our fifth place finisher. And again, Kathy over here, wonderful at Santa Fe, has chipped in those first two spots.
A lot.
She does.
A lot.
She's
She's tireless at it sometimes, you think.
I've been knowing Kathy for a long, long time. Bad break over there. Oh, my goodness. UC3 he moved in.
Oh.
He moved
I
in.
see, that was different.
Yeah.
He got that shot inside, got it out to the dry a little early, and it took off.
I have that UC3, folks, and that ball is responsive.
Okay, let's do a little bit of highlights here, looking from earlier today. These are highlights from lane 55 and 6. It was RJ from earlier. Oh, somebody needs to fix that score.
Got a few more highlights.
Mr. Van Verde.
I like his shot. I saw this kid earlier.
Phil is big on him.
I like
this young man's he's got a lot going. Jairus Allo.
He's playing deep. Look at that.
Yeah, he was very deep, but he was also struggling to get it back.
Yeah, trying to get back up the hill. Very smooth.
Austin Nash.
Austin's
Dave Allen's student.
Look at that form. Very nice form. These kids are amazing.
Yeah, and back to our match right now. So we're looking at Tyson Lopes up on the right-hand side here. 46 and working on an open. There's a strike that'll help gain him some confidence. RJ McNutt over here working off a strike, and looks like he's going to flag that.
Spare. Oh.
And once again, the nerves have set in.
Wow, he's right back in the match before that shot.
Yeah, he just let Tyson in the door. Just open the door. And this falls back what we were talking about earlier. Take your time
on the spares.
Think about it.
So I don't know if Tyler can. To me, he needs to be a little bit softer. with that rev rate. He has such a high rev rate.
Ooh.
Yes. I don't know if he.
Yeah, I
if
think
he
they're
has that.
trapping themselves, honestly. It looks like they're kind of trapping themselves, thinking
go
it's going to
back
hook
right.
more than it really is.
So they're throwing the tendency is to throw the ball harder because you think it's going to hook sooner, and that's actually
The
not
wrong
the
thing.
case, you guys. You can still stay soft and let the
Got a
ball
chance.
do the work.
All right, so here we go. RJ McNutt, let's see if he can come back from that open and that little.
He's been throwing it great. He just shot 258, but how quickly things can change.
Yeah, a little bit of luck at concentration now might have knocked his confidence down a few bits.
He went back to the right. That's what I think he should have done all along. I think he just came in, moved inside a little too soon.
So when you leave a 4-pin, are you thinking you're that close to getting it?
Oh, yeah.
I do too.
Yes. I figure he's in the right spot of the lane, in the right part of the lane right now. Now just a minor adjustment to
Right.
get that 4-pin out of
Right.
there.
Oh,
He's okay.
okay, he's okay. It's kind of hard on my angle to see. Let's see if Tyson can get some
Just-
confidence back.
Make some spares. Just make your spares.
All right.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks like Christopher's going
Ball
to make a ball
change.
change.
Yeah. Where's he
It looks
going
like he's
to?
going to switch from the Hamo Cussle to a high road.
High road X.
There's Tyler.
Tyler's back on
Tyler's learned how to get a little bit of speed control. He's able to fluctuate it a little bit. Chris does sometimes too as well. I've told all these kids that, look, you don't always have to throw level 10. You could, dial it back 9.2 or something. Just
Yes.
take a touch off. Look at what Belmo did that one time, right? He was at a tournament and he's throwing, 18, 19? The next day on a different tournament, he's dialed back.
it. Yeah.
You got to have that touch.
Just remember, kids, the ball does the work.
Yeah.
Let the ball do the work. It's very close. He's still close here.
Yeah. All right, looking at scores, Tyson's working on a spare with 66 in the fifth. RJ's got 72 in the sixth. Got a chance to make this up and stay a little bit ahead.
If I was coaching RJ, I wouldn't have moved him at all. Oh, spares. This is what we saw earlier, folks.
Yep, and as you can see, his mental thought right now, it's hurting him more than anything. Nice shot.
Very nice shot. Very nice shot. We're seeing some errors on one side and some big shots on the other side, keeping.
Oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Now, wasn't that the same line that RJ was using earlier?
Yes, yes.
In the
would've
semi,
kept
right?
him
He
there.
was getting it out that far.
I would have kept them there.
Different roll altogether. You see he's going more forward.
Yes. What I do like is that even though I see Aaron's shots, I do like that I see them making adjustments, whether they're wrong.
Right.
They're trying to make adjustments based on what they're seeing there, and this is going to help them in the future for
Right,
sure.
absolutely. And it's funny because, like I said, before Phil left, he's like, Vince, spares.
Yes,
Sure enough.
It is jumping up to dictate who wins.
Yeah, the old saying, strike for a show, spare spare for dough.
No. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see if he goes back out there.
No,
which he
we got
did.
that in.
He did? He went to that almost looked like a plastic ball.
No.
What is that?
Ooh.
Really shiny something he had. I couldn't see
I think that was a high road.
Let's see what he got.
Tyson's still throwing
Oh.
purple. Oh, checked up just a little bit. Yeah, that's.
Is that the high roll pearl? Or what is that? Sorry, guys, we can't see it from our
Yeah, it's
angles.
kind of hard to tell.
A good cover there. Good spare.
He's not out of it.
No.
Not out.
And this isn't an easy spare on 55.
Uh-oh.
That's not an easy
That's-
spare.
As soon as he let go.
Yep, you
Uh-oh.
can tell. He just put himself back in the match.
He sure
especially
did.
if he strikes in the ninth
So
foundation
RJ
frame.
opened the door for Tyson, and now Tyson has opened it right back up for
Yes.
RJ. Oh,
Well,
Tyler
that's
got
our
around that
left.
early. You see that?
Yeah.
You see that hand get around the side of the
Yes.
ball a little bit? Took off left.
Yep. Went right where he told it to.
Yeah, and this is a type of pattern you want to actually flatten out, or not flatten out, but like throw your ring finger at the 6. Make the ball go forward.
Stay. Yep. Up the lane. Plastic. Great.
Oh.
Makes it a tricky spare. He's still got a commanding lead. Yeah, he's going to win. He's going to shoot 164 if he were to punch out, but he had to make that. It's going to be tough.
All right, last 2 frames, guys. Now is the time to focus on your shot making. Oh, RJ moved right a little bit. See that feet adjustment? Just a touch.
Now keep the ball right and up the lane. That's still going to move, but he got there.
Yeah, he got there. He's blocking my view. Did he go Brooklyn?
Yep, he went
Okay.
Brooklyn. Yes, indeed. So he has more room right than he thinks.
Right. And that's why we say they trap themselves.
Yeah.
Tyson up in the 8th, or up in the 9th with an open working. Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
479.
Now,
Talk
if
about-
I'm Tyson, I get the 2 pins.
Yeah.
I just get the 2 pins. Don't worry about it.
Take the
And then-
count.
Yep. Don't give any pins away.
Now, if this was in the 10th frame and you got it to win it,
Now
different
go
story.
for it. Absolutely. Let's see what his mindset is here.
Yep, get the 2.
That's
Good.
what I would have
Good
done.
idea.
That's smart.
Excuse me.
That's smart.
All right, Tyler, commanding lead. Matter of fact, locked up lead.
Yeah, he's good. He's 4-9 on that lane. So I think we've burned up the pattern in the front
Pretty
part of the
much.
lane. The short pattern was playing short.
Well, again, today they were bowling on the boardwalk pattern, so it's 35 feet.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of friction. I think they burned it up really, really good with the surface they put on in the very beginning.
So Vince, do you surface the ball before?
Well, when I'm bowling league, I do. I get a little bit. I like 1500, so I'll
Because you
just
know what the
I know what the ball's
lane's
going to do
gonna
during league. Tournaments, I'm going to bowl a tournament. I'm going to throw a few shots first to see what the ball's going to do, and then make my adjustment there. You
Yes.
got 10 minutes. Do it.
Right, right.
All right, here we go.
Big shot. He
Yeah, that's it
almost
right
took
here.
the lead sitting on the bench. He doubles. And he went back out
Oh,
there.
went
That's
back
what
outside.
I like. That's what I like. That's what I
There
like.
it is. That locked it right there.
I like that. He should have never left that. RJ, if you're watching this, stay out there.
All right, so RJ working on a double with 101 in the 8th. Tyson Lopes 119 on an open going into the 10th.
He gets this one, he wins. He gets this one, he wins.
Yeah,
If he
he
strikes,
strikes
on
here, he
this
locks it up,
one,
it's done.
He locks it up. He's
Back
back
outside.
out there again. That's trust. That's trust. Bang!
There you
Bang!
go. There it is.
I gotta
There's
give him
the
a
confidence.
hand. I gotta give him a hand.
I think that mustache just grew a little bit more right there. Just a little bit.
Just so you know, I picked him because he was a Cowboy fan.
here we
Just
go.
saying that.
And who won the Super Bowl again this year?
The Rams.
That's right.
The Cowboys won one playoff game. No. Yes.
Wait, have they
No.
made the playoffs?
Hey, we can
Get it out there.
get back.
That's all right.
All
Count,
right,
got it.
that's
All right,
right.
there's
He
your winner right
wrapped it
there in the
up.
JV section. RJ McNutt with a 158. Max amount for Tyson Lopes would be 149.
Yes.
He won his first match with a 258.
Yeah, so 100 pin swing.
100-pin swing.
Yeah. RJ McNutt shoots 258, game 1, comes back with 158. All right, now here we go. Christopher Lellos. A huge shout out, congratulations to all the finalists. This was not an easy pattern,
Nice.
which, by the way, tomorrow is not going to be any easier.
Eiffel Tower.
Tomorrow's Eiffel Tower.
I want to give an applaud to all of the youth bowlers and Phil and what they do here at Santa Fe. They're not putting these kids on house shots.
There we go.
They're making them actually learn the game.
I want to shout out to Phil Placco, our missing host. Of
Yes,
course,
sir.
like I said, he's off golfing in sunny California. I won't mention the amount of gas prices they're paying.
Phil
But
knows
I
that.
enjoyed stepping in with him for him. Jerry, I appreciated you being here today. It was fantastic. A little bit of
Absolutely.
different insight to how we look at things.
Yes, indeed. Nice shot. Nice. That's how you punch out. That's how you do it, Tyson.
That was good. Nice job, Tyson. Nice job.
Tyson, that's how you finish a game. Good
And the
job.
bragging rights is over. Tyler's going to take down the bragging rights on this. He's got him locked out. Christopher struggled. 131. Once again, real quick before Ben puts it up there, a shout out to our sponsors, coolwick.com.
Yes.
Use code LVYBT10 for 10% off your checkout. Let's not also forget about Storm Bowling Products. Thank you, Storm, for all you do for our youth bowlers. Thank you to Ben Huffman. Thank you, Michael Ruiz, for helping out as he always does. These guys are doing a fantastic job. Santa Fe Lanes for everything they do for the junior bowlers.
Yes.
And then let's not forget our winners real
congratulations.
quick. Also, once again, Tyler Castronova taking Varsity, and RJ McNutt, our junior
Cowboys
varsity
fan.
victor. I mean, it was definitely a day of fruition. This was tough. It was not easy.
See you tomorrow.
And we will see you again tomorrow morning. I will be back again as host. Thank you again, Jerry. Have a
You're
great day.
very
See you
welcome.
later, my brother.
Thank you, guys.
All right.